out of the box or out of the wall, whatever you call it. We're going to do something I haven't done before. We're doing a twofer. We're going to talk about 911 Season 1 and Wayward Pines 911 Season 1. Why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to get rid of all of my TV stuff because I'm just not a TV person. So I was like, you know what? Let's talk about both of them because this one has some shenanigans going on with it because of what just occurred. This one only lasted 2 seasons, so maybe we'll talk about Wayward Pines first. Chase Leaki here with the Blue Futon going over these 2 series. So like I said, let's talk about Wayward Pines first because I think 911 has something with a kiss that we probably need to discuss about because I'm not going to watch this show, not because of the kiss, but just because of what the show did. All right, Wayward Pines, it's a simple story where Matt Dillon wakes up in a town, a perfect town, but what do you know? There's in a huge-ass force field, is executive produced by M. Night Shyamalan. So think about the village in this kind of story. So this is based off a book, and the overall movie itself is, or TV series is fine. I think it's a little bit too cheap. I think it's kind of generic, and it just didn't work for me for the 10 episodes. Yes, you have some interesting characters like Terrence Howard, Hope Davis, the family, Cynthia. She's in a lot of the Mike Flanagan movies, so she's in this as well. But this is so TV-esque that it really bothered me to the core, especially with some of the acting overall. Same with the gunplay. Same with some of the things, especially at the very end with the elevator shaft, where people are just punching through an elevator shaft. Where you're like, when you're punching through an elevator shaft from the bottom, shouldn't that be metal, not ceiling tile material? So there's things like that where you just notice and you're like, shit. Toby Jones is also in this. Melissa Leos is also in this. Greta Lee is also in this. There's actually a shit ton of people in this series. So first off, a lot of good actors in this that are took place in it. But I just think it's the story itself where they try to do so many damn twists and turns, and it's starting getting old really quick. I don't mind a couple here and there, but when it's over and over and over and over again, you're just like, come on now. And I don't like how they decided to tell the audience, especially something at the very beginning, where you have this other FBI agent, and then randomly it's now 40. Okay, that's a twist. So I'm going to stop right there. 40. I'm going to say 40 right there. But I just feel like the whole twist is kind of silly, and I understand what they're going for with these things that are living outside the walls, but at the same time, I kind of got chuckles out of it just because how silly it is and what the overall motive is. Because the overall motive of this is raise this town from these younger generations, and these younger people are going to, start this town. It's true to a fucking cult, and I hate the kids that are doing it. They are douchey. And oh my god, I wanted to kill him. And that's what I think it is too, is how it ended. How it ended makes no goddamn sense. And what I mean by that is it's like one of those twist endings where it's like, 4 years later in the future, and it completely changed, which makes no sense. Because if someone went to a bunker, right, and the other ones are actually at the facility, I just don't see how that makes sense, because it's just the ending doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And I just think the show is just fine overall. So overall, Wayward Pines Season 1. I know there's a Season 2. I probably don't give a shit about it, honestly. Yeah, sure, the acting's fine. The premise is kind of cool the first couple episodes, but then it starts getting old pretty dang quickly. So Wayward Pines will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with futons, which equals that 50%. So before we talk about the critics, let's go into the next one, 911 Season 1. And this is going to be pretty damn simple. It's easy. 10 episodes that are ridiculous stories. You know what I mean by this? This is something where it's like, I can see why people are done with this show. Because just watching Season 1, Season 1 or Episode 1, okay, cool. All right, cool. But it feels like they have to up the ante every single episode. And you're just like, there's no way some of this shit can be real. It just goes into places where, this character has something happen to him. This character has something happen to him. This girl has something happen to her. Something happens to this character, this character, this character. And you're just like, what the fuck? What? No. The believability just goes out the window. At least give me some House or ER. kind of show. But this is like off the rails. Yes, there are some good characters, especially, let me get the guy's name. The Peter Krause. He was in, if I'm not mistaken, 6 Feet Under. I like his storyline. Angela Bassett's storyline is about she married and she realized her husband's gay. And so that back storyline. His storyline, the Peter's one, is there is something that happened in his past with his family. Connie Britton is something about, Alzheimer's Alzheimer's and her mother. All right, so let's talk about the end. So there, like I said, there are some good episodes, especially a motorcycle one. I think the Halloween one, like there are some interesting ones. It opens strong with a baby in a pipe one. So there are decent episodes in this season, but some of the backstories just kind of were eye rolling, and representation for sure was all over the place in this one. All right, talk about representation and shit happening. So there's a character called Buck in this one, and in season 1, he is a straight up player. Every woman he sees, he wants to have sex with because he's a sex addict. And apparently in episode 100 or something, he kisses a dude. Now he's bisexual. And he said, you need to watch the show to see the writing on the wall. At least in the first 10 episodes, that shit wasn't there at all. Zero, like, reasoning why he would automatically be bi. Because he's a sex addict. I mean, he's a good-looking dude, so if the whole reason is, because girls don't want to fuck him anymore, that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. But there is also, I think the best character is the Asian guy. He's really strong. Like I said, there are things that happen to these characters that are bombastic, especially like with the tapeworm, choking on bread, a pipe through the head, just shit that happens. You're just like, what the fuck? I understand they wanted to go extreme, but then like I've seen the ones where there's like the huge tornadoes and firestorms and fire tornadoes, and you're just like, okay, simmer down. But over, I think over, I think 911, the first season's fine. Will I want to watch it? No. At least with like shows like ER, House, CSI, Criminal Minds, it doesn't like go over the edge. This one in the first season does. So 911 season 1 will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons, equals that 60%. Let's see the critics' news scores gave these real quickie. So season 1 of Wayward Pines, we have a 78% with 77 of them. Audience score 83% with over 1,000. Critic consensus: creepy and strange in the best way possible. Wayward Pines is a welcome return to form for M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know. I didn't find it creepy. I just found it kind of redundant. So that's just me personally. All right, let's see what 911. Holy shit, there's that many. There's 911 Crisis Center. There's 911 Lone Star. And there's 911. Anyway, 911, there's no critics at all. I mean, it's already on season 7. Holy crap. Okay, here we go. Season 1. Okay, the roller coaster one was interesting. Season 1, 70% with 33 of them. Audience score 75% with over 250. Critic consensus: 911 occasionally veers into melodrama, but is redeemed with top-tier cast, adrenaline-pumping action, and a dash of trashy camp that pushes the show into addictive, guilty pleasure territory. I could agree with that. It looks like season 2 was 100%. Season 3 went to 75%, and then the critics kind of stopped after season 4. Anyway, there you go. So I'm not going to rehash what I just remembered. I just remember I was weaker on both of these compared to both critics and users. Chase Lock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if Futontopia. You Blue Futons think watch a great day. I don't care what to say tomorrow, week from now, month, or a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. It's raining outside. My dog doesn't like it. It is what it is.